Not a disaster.
Our next guest, she's well healed.
Oh.
Okay. You know our next guest from her 11 seasons on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And this season, she made an appearance as a quote-unquote friend. But she's always had a way with words, and her one-liners keep viewers watching. Take a look.
The only thing that's open after midnight is legs, jail, and the ER. And that's why you need to take your to bed early.
There.
Oh my God.
That's all you need to know. Please welcome actress and women's health advocate, Cynthia Bailey.
Oh my God.
Hi, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you.
Those one-liners are the gift that keeps on giving. Oh my gosh. 11 seasons. So you started when you were 11. Yeah?
Well, not quite, not quite. I actually started in I think my early 40s.
Is that right?
Yeah, did the show for over 11
crazy
long, consistent seasons.
See, she started in her 40s. Venus Williams just won a major in her 40s.
Listen, we can still do things.
40s are the new 30s.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Right. So you were on the show for 11 seasons. You came back as a quote-unquote friend.
Yes.
Was that liberating? Was that petrifying? Was it
liberating?
Okay, talk to us.
I am the inventor of the friend contract. That's one of the things that I did at one of the contributions I made to the show.
Thank you.
And it's kind of a full circle moment for me. Again, after doing it for over a decade, I love the fans. I love being connected to the show, and I thought in a friend role would be a great way for me to go back to the show, but still have time to focus on some of the other things that I have going on. My acting career is still my #1 priority.
Excellent.
All right, so let's get right into it. You have a new man, about 20 years younger than you.
Yes.
18, thank you very much.
But who's counting? You just became red carpet official. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. He lives in Amsterdam. We are, it's a long way away. I don't mind long distance relationships, but I'm excited to see where this one goes.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yes.
I like that a whole lot. You mentioned you're focusing on so many other things other than the Real Housewives franchise, and one of them is your podcast.
Yes, Humble Brag.
Humble Brag with former housewife Cynthia Minkoff.
Crystal Minkoff.
I'm sorry, Crystal Minkoff. Tell us about it.
Oh, it was fun. Wasn't really on my bingo card. Crystal reached out to me, said she was interested in doing a podcast. Yeah. She wanted a partner in crime. I fit the bill. I'm so excited to do this podcast with her. We have really undeniable energy, chemistry, which I didn't know until we started, talking about, just until we started the podcast.
Got it.
And what's great is the podcast is just about the podcast. We don't have any real structure. We talk about Housewives a little bit, but only in a graceful way, to be honest, but we really talk a lot about ourselves.
Okay. Listen, you have the platform, and there's so much for folks to learn about your experiences as you talk about yourself.
Yes, when you've been on the show like this for so many seasons, especially being a part of an ensemble cast, you guys get to see a lot, but there's so many things you don't actually know about us.
It's like this show, the commercials is like the real
That's where it goes down. Same on the podcast.
Exactly. You have been so vocal about health and wellness, especially fibroids. You were known as an advocate for fibroid awareness. Tell us a little bit about why that is, and then we want to bring on one of your guests.
Okay. Well, I suffered with fibroids for years, and one of the things that happened was when I first found out about fibroids, my doctor really didn't make it seem like it was a big deal, like it was going to really change my life. And they grew and grew and grew, and they became a problem for me. I had all kinds of symptoms, anemia, heavy cycles, a lot of different, baby bump, had a bulge. My biggest one was about the size of an orange. My sister, my mom also suffered from fibroids, but we didn't really, my mom didn't know really what to do. Like people just didn't talk about it.
It has not come up until very recently. We've had on the show Angela Yee, who's very open about this. And I want to bring on your friend and guest that you have.
Dr. Yan, yes.
Dr. Yan, come on in. Tell us a little bit about this fine doctor
Well,
next
this
to
is
you.
Dr. Yan, and he is the one that does all the heavy lifting. I just talk about it because I feel like it's important, although I'm on the other side of fibroids, to keep the conversation going, which is why I partner with this very handsome young man over here in USA Fibroid Centers.
Okay, great. So, you know, we've talked about this a little bit, and I wonder if you could tell us what more needs to be done for the general medical community to understand fibroids, because it's only recently entering the wider conversation.
It's a great question. It's actually, in my opinion, not just a medical community. I think women need to be in charge of their health. They cannot just say, okay for hysterectomy, removal of the uterus and womanhood, because gynecologists say so. Between 26 to 40 million women suffer from fibroids. It's a benign tumors in the uterus that grow. 80% of black women, 70% of white women by age of 50 develop this disease. So it's super common. And it's diagnosed very easy, self-diagnosed kind of, symptoms, prolonged heavy menstrual period. It leads to anemia, weakness, pain, small bladder symptom like frequent urination, constipation. Very, very common. And typical treatments are either hormone therapy or myomectomy, surgery, or hysterectomy, removal of everything.
So how's our gal doing?
So we need to do a totally different approach. There was, for 30 years, FDA-approved minimal invasive treatment called uterine fibroid embolization. Through the needle hole in the wrist, we can just have a catheter.
So you're looking at cutting-edge technology, which
Cutting
is
edge.
helping not only Cynthia, but so many other women, adversely black and brown women. So can you tell us about the event that you have coming up? Because I know you're trying to bring awareness to all of this.
Yes, we have an event that we do every year here in New York City. It's tomorrow night. You actually can still get tickets if you have not gotten them at fibroidfighters.com. It's a great event. It's not only just keeping the conversation going about fibroids. It's about, it's just a place of support and inspiration and women empowerment. We come together, we laugh, we dance, we talk. We all share our testimonials, and it's just a good time. I think women shouldn't have to suffer in silence, and I think every year it just gets bigger and bigger because women feel more comfortable talking about their fibroid journey.
Fantastic.
Well, looking forward to a tremendous event, raising awareness and having conversations that make it a little bit easier to say, you know what, I'm dealing with some things of that nature. Let me go get checked out.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing.
Exactly.
Well, thank you both for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
You're a busy, busy lady. Adding that event to your checklist. Make sure you check out part 3 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, July 28th on Bravo. And make sure you get your tickets to your Health in Full Bloom Fibroid Awareness event. Go to fibroidcenter.com.